Hey friends, welcome back to my channel. I'm just looking at myself in my camera and I'm like, my little 4-year-old has a saying and it's not yet. And I think he's right, not yet. I'm gonna get ready, then I'll come back and talk to you guys. Much better. Got my hair done. I cannot find the glasses I want, but so I have brown instead of my normal red. I'll probably switch at some point during the day when I come across them. I'm wearing reading glasses all the time. I just need the little boost to help me. The eye doctor told me when I came back in I would be getting bifocals, but these would get me by for a while. So got alarms dinging. It is about 7 o'clock now. I got up at about 6, got my Jesus time in. Guys, that is a hard thing to do every morning, but I have gotten into the habit, and even with 8 kids, I still make time in the mornings before I get out of bed to do that. And I'm going to tell you that I have a friend, a sweet, sweet friend that holds me accountable. She's not mean or anything, don't worry. But I text her each morning with just a little snippet from my devotions or a Bible verse or something that stuck out to me. And it helps me so much to know that she's waiting for my text and I'm waiting for hers. It gets me up and gets me doing my devotions first thing in the morning. So just a little tip, find a buddy. That is the best way to hold yourself accountable, to get your devotions done first thing in the morning. I sometimes do them later on in the day, but I often find that God had something in there for me that I needed earlier on. And so I'm kind of try to be diligent about getting them done first thing, because God is going to show me something that I need for that day. I just know it. So if I read them later, I'm like, oh goodness, I wish I would have been focusing on that this morning instead of making all those mistakes or being so frustrated. That verse would have really helped me. So anyway, that is how this last year I have become really diligent at getting up and doing my devotions. It's just having a Bible buddy who I send a text to every morning with a little snippet from my devotions, and it has been so helpful. So I encourage you to do that. So I have gotten up, done my Jesus time. I've gotten ready, obviously taken my shower, and now I've done my hair and makeup, and it is time to go get kids up. My littles are still asleep, or they're awake. I can see them moving around in their beds. And so I'm going to go get them up and dressed. My middles, which I'll say my littles are little foster people. My middles are 5, 7, and 8, and they are up already watching a show. So they go to bed early, almost the same time as my little ones do. And so they get up very early. And so they get up and watch a show. And then my big kids, my oldest 3, which are 13, 15, and 17, they are all still sleeping, and I will have to wake them up 2 or 3 times, and then they will be up and at 'em. So that's kind of the progression of the morning. 7 o'clock, I start walking around, getting everybody up, and I go down and start making breakfast and making sure that supper stuff is thawed out. So here we go. So I got all the kids' breakfast, got laundry going, got my second load going already this morning. And I went down and got some chicken from the deep freeze. I'm gonna do some Tuscan cream chicken out of the Trim Healthy Table cookbook tonight. I have been doing just one single recipe of everything. Those recipes are fairly large in the Trim Healthy Table cookbook or in all of the Trim Healthy Mama cookbooks. but we are actually outgrowing them. We barely have enough. So I'm doubling it this time. We're gonna have some leftovers available. Maybe we'll have a meal of leftovers. I'm finally giving in. I'm gonna double or at least add to most of these recipes to make them stretch a little bit further. Kids are still hungry, or you know, we have no leftovers, and Monty and I love leftovers. So I'm gonna start doubling up on things. I'm finally saying, okay, fine, I'll make a double recipe, and that's what I'm doing. So anyway, Tuscan cream chicken for tonight. So we just finished up with breakfast, and after meal times seems to be just a crazy time in the house. The kids are running around, there's lots of screaming, it seems like they don't know what to do. It's kind of a big transition time into the next thing. As many of you know, we have children in our home from hard places. We have both adopted children and foster children. This is really helpful for biological children as well, for all children. Those transition times are just hard. Like after meal times is one specifically that's really difficult for us. So what I'm doing is at least every hour to 2 hours, I am kind of doing what we are calling a reset activity. It's really coping skills where we are, like right now the kids are doing yoga. And so that kind of gives me just a little bit of time to clean up in the kitchen, finish up, and move on to the next thing and get them settled into the next thing. And if we kind of do these transition, reset, coping skill activities every hour or two, it just seems like it's a nice reset for us, and it kind of helps us settle down again and get things back, kind of curb the chaos, get things calm again, and then go. So right now we're doing yoga. As it gets nicer outside this morning or this afternoon, we will probably go on a long walk, and sometimes we listen to audiobooks and the kids paint or draw, just something that's more structured in every 1 to 2 hour increments, so that it kind of helps just kind of calm them down again, help give them something to do. And then when they go from that activity, it seems like they're able to play again and do more free play nicely. My chickens are looking gorgeous. They've all grown back all of their feathers. They were kind of, had lost a lot of their feathers, molting, seemed like molting after molting after molting. And now they've grown back all their feathers. They look very, very pretty, but they're not laying eggs. Nevaeh, what are we getting? 1 or 2 eggs sometimes? Sometimes we get 1 or 2 eggs a day, and that's it. And sometimes we get none. But we are free ranging them. They're running around outside quite a bit, so they're enjoying that. I think it's helping them to be healthier. They're not kind of stuck in a pen all the time, but then we're not getting eggs either. So there you go, that's the chicken saga. I don't know if we'll eventually get more chickens. Hey, great, Jackson, I'm talking a little bit. You feel healthier from running around outside in the sunshine? I think we all feel a little healthier. He's saying he feels healthier from running around outside in the sunshine. We got a chicken chaser back there. But anyway, so that's kind of our chicken update. They're looking pretty, but laying no eggs. So I think they're getting older. They're about 4 years old now. They're probably are done with their egg laying careers. So now they're just sort of pets. All right, so the sun is shining down on me and I'm loving it. I'm just soaking up the sunshine this afternoon. So I went and was gonna just take a break for a little bit, ended up falling asleep. My daughter, who's 17, was watching kids, so it was no big deal. I got a little nap in today, yay, for mom. So we were kind of talking about, you know, not only making sure the kids were rested and getting their breaks, but mom as well. So that is one way, just to take a break. And I know for those of you mamas who are in the trenches with only little kids, I'm sorry, it does get better. And if you can sneak a little time during rest time, sneak a little rest yourself, do it. Don't feel guilty about it. So now I snuck out onto my back porch for a few minutes while rest time is finishing up, and here I am. So I'm gonna have to go back in and get the kids a snack. I think I'm gonna prepare some, get dinner prepared. I said I was making Tuscan cream chicken. I'm gonna go ahead and cut up the chicken so it's ready just to make the Tuscan cream chicken. It should be a fairly quick meal to throw together shortly before my husband gets home. And then I'm gonna work a little bit on lesson plans. This is actually our lesson planning week. This is my huge grace week that I give myself after Christmas break. I used to try to do planning over Christmas break for the next quarter, and that never worked very well. So I just know that that's going to be too stressful. So I plan on 1 extra week after Christmas break. I give the kids an extra week off, and I work on lesson plans. So that's my goal for this week. So thank you so much for joining me today, coming along on our little journey on our day, and we will see you next time. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.